you must feed the people God has called you to pastor. You got to feed them. Now let me put a quarter in the meter and park right here. It's right here in the text. He says, over which the Holy Ghost hath made you overseers, here it is, to feed the church of God, which he hath purchased with his own blood. Sheep must be shepherded. Sheep must be cared for, and sheep must be fed. Now, here's what you got to understand about feeding the flock. Pastor, you got to recognize that when you feed them, you are feeding a people who are eating from all kinds of tables. I was talking to some white pastors on the heels of the murder of George Floyd, and we were meeting, having discussions about race in our country, and several of the white pastors, who I believe have great hearts, said, you wouldn't believe the feedback I've gotten in my church. And I said, what do you mean? And one of them said, I made the statement that the murder of George Floyd was a tragedy and a sin before God. And nobody deserves to die with a knee on their neck. And I said, well, what happened? He said, I had members who told me all of a sudden I had become political. One pastor said $4 million walked out of his church and said they were not coming back because they didn't appreciate him becoming political. Now, as long as the white church talks about being pro-life, and they're really not pro-life, they're really pro-birth, because they don't care anything about you after you're born. Some of y'all will get that when you get on Main Street. And they don't have any problem talking about homosexuals and the LGBTQI XYZ plus thing. I got no problem talking about that. But the murder of a black man now was too political. And I asked one of the guys, I said, man, what do you think they learned about their church? Here's what he said. He said they learned that their members had been more discipled by Fox News than the Bible. You got people who are eating from strange tables. You got folk who are going to be coming in with all kinds of doctrinal perspectives. You got to feed the flock. Here's the other thing I learned. Good food is an acquired taste. Sometimes you got to feed folk long enough till they recognize that junk food is not supposed to be their diet. This pep rally preaching that we highlight on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, cotton candy theology. Slap your neighbor, hug your neighbor, rock them and shake them and rock them and shake. I don't even want to talk to my neighbor that much, but no, you trying to get something deep out of your shallow message. Yeah. So sometimes folk are going to challenge you to not stay with the old landmark. No, going out there, way out there. As if being way out there makes you deep.